Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. Let's go, yeah. Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. The Daps and Pound Show. This is the Daps and Pound Show. Yeah, you know.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Can you believe it? Episode 27. Guys, we're growing up at a rapid pace. This show is now older than I am. Totally not true. But in terms of just numbers, 27 is older than 26. Mind blown.
The show's content is just it's a full grown man, and it can join the war. It can buy alcohol. It can buy cigarettes. It can get a lease. It can rent a car.
Yeah, renting a car. I can get a hotel room.
Yeah.
I mean, we're out here. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're very happy that you are here. And as always, Malcolm, how do we start this show usually?
We are here in Live Full Effects. My name is Malky. To my right, we have
Dobie.
We represent two mics,
two friends,
and one show, the Daps and Pound Show.
Give me some.
Yeah.
Boom. We always fist bump for those of you who are just listeners. That's what we do. So if you're kind of like, what do they do?
We must protect the logo.
Yeah.
All right. For those that don't know, Dobie made the logo. Why is it so hard? And in the logo, it's two fists. By the way, if you're just figuring that out now, you played yourself because
I'd actually be really concerned if somebody
that'd be pretty wild.
Yeah.
Just plays off of the name, so we definitely got to hit that fist bump to start. That good energy going. Guys, episode 27, like Dobie just said, we're going to have some fun today. We always want to give you the best content possible, but you got to talk to us. That means going to YouTube. That means going to Stitcher. That means hitting us up on Twitter, on Instagram. For all the social media, it's Daps_Pounds. All right? Show us some love. Ask us some questions. We're always down to help. We're always down to just spread that love, give you a shout out here on air. Also, just search the Daps and Pound Show on YouTube and Stitcher and make sure you rate, subscribe, review, leave a comment there. Helps us out.
Give them the outline of today's show.
Outline of today's show, we are going to give you that good, bad for those that don't know. All you new listeners out there, we hope to have new listeners all the time. The first thing we do is good, bad. It's where we give you a recap of the good and not so good things that happened in our week. After that, we're going to talk about new music. We do this each and every episode. The soul of this podcast is music. So we got to give you that new music. And then after that, we're going to talk about OVO Sound. We're going to speculate for a couple minutes about the new projects coming out for OVO and kind of give some of our expectations, our early predictions. They're still a ways away, but we're just going to have some fun speculating. After that, we are going to give you more speculation, more prediction on the upcoming NFL season. All right, we're going to see how this goes. As always, our top five this week is going to be our favorite NFL players. All right, throw the pigskin, why don't you?
Did we say also too we're going to do the topic of what would you tell your 14?
Yep, we're going to say
honestly,
you do yourself?
Guys, I zoned out because I was thinking, what is my bad? That entire time. I apologize. That's being a bad host.
We are going to No, Dobie's a good host.
Oh,
all right?
no.
He's a good host. But yeah, we're going to talk about what you would tell your 14-year-old self. And also, along with that, we should tweet out Monday when this comes out for you guys to give us feedback on what you would tell your 14-year-old self. That'd be cool.
For sure. And you can follow us at Daps_Pounds. Speaking of Daps_Pounds, let's head out to Twitter because Big Sean has a question for us.
Big Sean. Now,
you guys
Sean, this question that you gave
but
today.
He's the only one who gave questions. People out there, you guys think we're not going to answer your questions. No, we will answer your questions.
We are going to answer your questions, no matter what.
Yeah, so Malcolm's pulling that up. So ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions, if you want us to review any music, if you Literally, be a part. This is what's great about having a smaller community. Like, we're able to do this, and you are going to get heard, and you are going to get answered. So, if you guys have a question or anything, hit us up at Daps_pounds. Also, I do want to say, I think this week, I feel like we kind of dropped the ball a little bit on our Instagram and Twitter. It was kind of weak compared to the week before. Yeah. And so we apologize because we do want to get more into that with you guys. So, you got it?
It's not showing up, even though
it's in notifications. It should
be. You know it's there, yeah.
Oh my goodness, my dog is freaking out. He's been spooked lately.
Your dog?
Mm-hmm.
Why has he been spooked?
I don't know. Is it not in tweets and replies?
There he is.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So
yeah.
Now, Sean Tran, our boy, he wants to know, would we rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? Yeah, that's his question.
100 duck-sized horses. 100%.
Absolutely not. For me, I would definitely want to fight a horse-sized duck.
Yo, those bills, though.
Dude, it's still going to be...
Little horses?
A duck.
Little horses. Think about little chihuahua.
They're fast. Imagine trying to run away from horses that are already fast, and then a little one is going to be super fast. Horses are vicious, man.
And so you're thinking literally, a horse is huge, right?
Right.
Let's think Clydesdales, okay?
Okay.
That's basically a dragon duck. Like, think about how big that duck is, dude. It can fly.
It being big does
okay, it's not
mean
gonna breathe fire.
Can
I
do
understand
the damage
that.
of a dragon.
I'm just trying to say there is no flying animal out there that's that large. That's scary. That thing is gonna kill you.
I think it's doable. I think you.
How would you do it? Which like Brandon would kill a bear. Explain to us how.
That's ridiculous. So first of all, you have to trap it. All right, I would run into a large trap, and then it would close behind me. And I would make sure that the holes, like I'm picturing bamboo, that the holes are big enough for me to get through, but obviously not big enough for a horse-sized duck to get through.
Hollywood.
So
You're thinking of Hollywood has done this to you.
No, listen. It would close behind me, and then I would just wiggle through, and then it would be caught. Boom. After that, I'm roasting it. Dinner for a week.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our question. Good, bad, Malcolm, what's going on?
Good, bad, guys. Good week. Very motivational week for me. I did a lot of reading.
Oh, sweet.
What
books?
There's this book, and it's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F. But it's hilarious.
Things you shouldn't, right?
Yeah. Like it's meant for motivational purposes. It's meant to like make you realize things don't matter. You know what I mean? Like some things truly don't matter that we spend so much time on.
Like failing doesn't really matter.
Right. Like failing isn't actually a thing from a social construct. Like what we do in society is like base things off grades, but like some of the smartest people in the world like have never been to school a day in their life, like stuff like that. So that was really interesting to me. But then I was doing some like writing, not music or anything like that. I was just doing some writing, some goal writing for my vision board. And I love the fact that I'm starting to do little things right now to be ready for 3 to 5 years from now. Because I believe like your thoughts become things, and like you have to like work at it. Like I've never been one of the, I don't ever want to become those people that are just like, oh yeah, God's gonna make a way, I'm just gonna hope that this happens. You know what I mean? What are you doing? No, don't point at yourself.
That's me.
No. Listen, I want to get after it. You know, I think that God also helps those that helps themselves, and I think that you can't just be like, oh, he'll work it out and do nothing.
You got to open the door that he has.
You have to open the door. And so right now, I'm already thinking about 5 years from now, and I think that is like a big jump for me because I never used to think like that. So I'm really,
and you're gonna be in St. Louis
locked in. I'm most in 5 years, yeah, for sure. I mean, I'll be in St. Louis probably for a large chunk of my life, and then I'll probably try to go to California or something like that. But even that, like that thought process, that's something I'm thinking about. And it used to be before, it's just like, well, in a few years, you know, gotta make a way. I'll figure it out. And it's like, no, like I want to have things down. Even if you get derailed, even if that's not the way, that's not the plan, that's not the way things are supposed to go, and you move off of your plan, that's fine. But I want to always have things to work towards. And this is the best way that I know for me to have things to work towards. So this week has been good for me because I've been able just to like woo-saw. The last couple of weeks I've been busy. So this week I've just literally been able to hang out and chill. Also, bad for me was the ending of the show Ozarks.
Oh,
okay?
I was gonna ask you if you finished it.
It's a great. I was heartbroken because it was so good that I never even checked to see how many episodes it was. It's only 10.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
Right.
I was
That's that
heartbroken
BBC.
because I thought that it's gonna have 13. It doesn't. It has 10. I was like, ugh, but it's still so good. But the ending, the way it ended in the last episode, left
Cliffhanger?
extreme cliffhanger, but so much of a cliffhanger that you feel like next season isn't even possible. Like, I don't know how there are writers and producers that are this cruel to like write something so compelling and then just be done and make you wonder what's going to happen. You have to wait like 6 months to a year for something else to come out about this story.
That's what Sherlock did.
I never got into Sherlock.
The BBC show?
No,
Oh, it's really good.
never got into Sherlock.
Luther was that way too. Luther was
Luther
really
is that way.
slow to like create new things.
It just sucks because this show, like, it locks you from the very beginning.
I thought the episode was way too long.
For what?
I watched the first episode, dude. I was like, is this gonna end?
Were you not locked? Did you not think the premise setup was good?
I mean, it's pretty good, yeah.
I was locked.
Mary is now convinced I just don't like TV.
You don't. You don't. You simply don't. You're visual, but I think you're video game visual. I don't think that you're like movie and TV visual.
I like Last Chance U. I was locked into Last Chance U.
Well, yeah, I think sports.
It's weird, dude. There's like certain things that will grip me like very quickly, and I will get super sucked in. And there's other things where, yeah, like Shameless. I was so excited that it was the season finale.
Really?
I'm just getting to this point where I'm just over it. And Mary was saying, "This is why you don't finish shows. You just, it just gets too much for me."
That's weird, but I mean, I don't know.
Stranger Things.
If it's character driven,
Stranger
then that works
Things,
for me.
I was super like I didn't want to do anything but watch Stranger Things. Again, that's the last TV show that I really watched, original content, where I thought this is excellent. Like I love being a part of watching this.
That's how I feel about Ozark's, Power, Game
And
of
I haven't
Thrones,
given
Insecure,
Power a
things
chance.
like that.
I think I watched 2 episodes.
Of Power.
Yeah.
Power is gripping, but I'm a character guy. I love characters. I like seeing where they go.
Yeah.
Ozark's, great show. Horrible ending if you are a fan though. And I went on Twitter and saw a bunch of people saying like, "Dude, like what?"
I'm gonna finish it though.
What
All right, I'll give it.
world?
I'm gonna finish it. We'll have a spoiler show.
It gets insane. So yeah, those are my good, bad, bads. What about you?
I would say bad is just this whole house thing because 2 of the houses, right? So we looked at 6 houses. 2 of them were our top 2, and we knew they were going to be our top 2.
Okay.
One of them already was listed, so that leaves 1, but that was our top 1. Okay. So now we're thinking, okay, so now we need to move forward. Well, you need a pre-approval. Well, this whole credit thing really just pisses me off about everything because 1, I have not had credit long enough, so it hasn't built up a lot. However, you look at a place like Credit Karma to see what your credit score is. It keeps it updated.
Yeah.
It's 1 score. Then this lady goes and pulls our credit. It's dropped like 60 points. I was thinking, okay, what in the world just happened? And they said, well, there's certain different businesses pull certain different ways for certain different loans and all this bull crap. Anyways, we're moving forward to make this possible, which I think we will. However, it's just a long and tedious process. This house we like enough that now we're looking into getting an inspector. Then we get a pre-approval, and then actually we're going to probably put in an offer to it. I'll have to show you the pictures of the place.
Cool.
So, but it's just so frustrating with things that I feel should be very simple, but they're just very complicated, and it's just super frustrating. I would say good. For me, definitely it's a new month. Work was just a very long, tiring month last month, so it's exciting, just kind of refresh, keep going, and God's good in that regard. So just really focused on trying to just have a better attitude this month, outlook on life, because in all, things have been, we're both of us can say we're in very blessed positions in life.
Oh, incredibly.
And so I don't want to take that for granted for sure. So things are good, man. Another good. This is gonna be so stupid, but so my brother and I, we played this game called Dragon. You've seen us talking about it at church a lot. Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle.
Sure.
Anyways, it's a phone game. It's a gotcha game, pretty much, and it's like think about it as a kind of almost like a card game, but for your phone.
Okay.
And think about it when you like buy a booster pack and you try to get this new card that comes out.
Okay.
So there's new cards, quote unquote cards that were introduced, which are characters. And so my brother and I were talking about it because it was like this huge announcement or whatever. And my brother and I both got the 2 new characters. And so we were actually really hype about that together. So
do you fight them against each other?
We can't fight against each other. No, there's like a game that you do play. Yes.
Okay.
But you can't play like person to person. So it's just
Okay.
against computers. However, I mean, this game's so popular that it was actually the #1 grossing app on the App Store for a while. So it actually is pretty popular, but it was so stupid in the end but my brother was saying, so think about this, just so you know. I'm nerding out so hard. It's okay. 50 It sounds so stupid to say out loud because some people are just, their eyes are in the back of their head right now. 50 stones, okay, to do 1 multi-summon, which is 10 different characters, okay?
Okay.
50 stones. So I got 2 of these characters. My brother got 2 of these characters, right? And my brother was saying there was a popular guy who does these online.
Okay.
Spent 2,700 stones and did not get either character. And my brother and I spent about 500.
Those aren't very good odds.
No, that's why it was the top grossing, because people kept on buying stones so that they could get them. It's crazy. It's so stupid.
Ridiculous.
It's so dumb. I know it is, but it's it's the little things in life. I like it because it's pretty much the only phone game I play.
I don't play any phone games. Occasionally, me and Bree.
You don't do Candy Crush?
Absolutely. No. I played the bird game. I played the Angry Birds. A long
Remember
time
when
ago when it came out? It was lit.
Oh my gosh! Remember when Angry Birds was saying they're going to be the reason console gaming goes nowhere?
Yeah, that didn't last. But other than that, I don't play games on my phone.
Angry Birds movie, 5 years late.
Yeah, that was. Whew, I wonder how much a loss they took on that.
Can you imagine how big that would have been during the hype of Angry Birds?
I just wonder like how much they lost on that, because that was pitched. That was pitched at the hype of it, and studios were just like, nah.
Yeah, whoever did that was dumb.
They were bugging.
Anyways, let's move on,
Guys,
man.
we are moving on to our new music segments. New music. New music.
Hey.
New music. New music. New music. New music. New music.
Okay.
New music.
Headphones in. I'm gonna press the play button.
Guys, new music this week. There's a few things that came out that were pretty interesting. There's a few loosey-gooseys that came out that I thought were pretty interesting.
Oh, no.
What's wrong?
I missed some of the loosey-gooseys I really wanted to hear. Latino remix. And then I didn't listen to Reminder remix, and that's my favorite song off of that album.
So, really, is it?
Oh, I love that song.
It's a good song.
When I first heard it, I said, this is the Weeknd I first really liked.
So...
Anyway, sorry.
There was a few.
ADD.
There was a few different things that came out this
week.
week.
Switch it up. Loosey Gooseys first.
Yeah, we can do loosey gooses.
Let's do loosey gooses first.
Let's do loosey gooses.
We're gonna switch it up on y'all. Y'all didn't expect that.
Yeah, you guys are like, huh, what are they doing? I don't know.
Loosey Goosey's are singles. That's what we call that. That first one, OMG.
She got one.
Holy cow,
She
that
got
song
one.
is
She
so
got one.
good.
Listen, Camila Cabello, she is the girl. She's the fifth Harmony, who left and went solo. We saw her last do some things on the Fast 8 soundtrack, right?
And Machine Gun Kelly.
Machine Gun Kelly. She had a big single from that. That single was actually really big on radio.
Oh, it
too.
was huge, and I hated it.
And yeah, it wasn't my thing. So she's back. I think she's prepping for like her actual debut album. She released 2 songs yesterday. Both of them had rappers on it.
Oh, I didn't know about the other one.
Havana with Thug, she released, and then she released OMG with Quavo. Now listen.
Oh my.
Havana is like a Cuban like feel, but it's not like high paced. It's like a very chill. Thug tries to do his thing. It's just a song. You know what I mean? It's like an album cut. OMG with Quavo though, the bass line and the beat.
That beat is so good.
Crazy. She might have one.
No,
she might have one for real.
I think it is one because we both thought the same thing. Because when I listened to it, it caught my attention really quick, and I was thinking, and I was waiting for Quavo. Quavo was near the end, so it kept you listening, and it wasn't boring though until we got to Quavo. In Quavo's verse, he has a lot of like clever little one-liners that he puts in there. It's simple, easy melody. I think this is going to be played at a lot of parties here in the next couple of months. I think this is a good one.
Yeah, and I think I'm glad that she's kind of going this route of, if you listen to Havana and then some of her other stuff, she's like not trying to be pop crossover. Instead, she's like bringing pop and matching it with her Latina stuff. And I think that that's going to work for her. I think if she does Spanglish in a lot of her songs and stuff like that on her actual album, that'll work for her because that market's
just get Justin
huge.
Bieber and sing in Spanish, make another hit.
Then we had Kesha. She's just probably going to release every song as a single now off of the album. This one's called Him. You can tell this is the first time I've seen Kesha have like an actual rollout where she's trying to put together a full...
This felt like the old Kesha more than any other song.
Yes. Everything else has been more somber, more chill.
I didn't like it.
No, I didn't. Still, my favorite song is the very first one that she had put out.
I think it's gonna be.
Jack Johnson. Now, I'm always weird with Jack Johnson because I'm a John Mayer guy. And usually if you're a hardcore John Mayer guy, Jack Johnson just doesn't feel the same to you because you're just like, it's just different. But I actually do like this. It makes me want to be on a beach. The problem with Jack Johnson is I think all of his songs kind of blend and they make you want to be like on a beach somewhere. It's just the same guitar riff every time. Let's see here. Oh, BB Rexa. Dude, I think she has one.
I didn't listen to it.
Dude, this is the one I had sent you.
I know, and I didn't get a chance.
It's featuring Gucci Mane and 2 Chainz. By the way, every single week, probably since we started this podcast, we've told you about a single featuring Gucci Mane. He is on an absolute tear. It's insane.
Him and Quavo.
Quavo out here too. I think that this is good. The song is called That's It. Again, the bass line to this is crazy. She's fitting into that new girl
now which song's better?
Thing for sure.
OMG?
Literally, they're super similar.
Really?
Yeah, like, even content-wise, they're super similar. I'm going to say that OMG is going to be better on the radio. That's It by BB Rexa is...
BB Rexa was probably pissed when she heard it.
For sure.
Because
it's the same lane when you listen to it, bro. But hers is going to be better in the club.
Okay.
Because it's more hip-hop.
Okay.
But OMG is going to be better in the overall radio. Unforgettable. French Montana. He dropped Unforgettable, the Latin remix with J Balvin. J Balvin, the last time we heard him was Wale, Columbia Heights, and he was also on Hey Mama from the Fast 8 soundtrack. And I love the way this feels just because I love J Balvin now. I actually have part of his discography. And I'm just tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning, okay.
Cranked up.
Okay.
So yeah, if you like Unforgettable with Sway Lee and French Montana, and you like Latin music, listen to the J Balvin remix because it is worth it.
Next up, your girl.
Sid. So the artist Quinn. I don't know if we've ever talked about them.
We haven't.
But they've put out little loosey gooseys in the past, but nothing's connected with me. Sticky Situation is the latest song, and it's featuring Sid, my girl. I think that this has potential. It's going to be the lead single off of their project, so I'm hoping that something happens with it. And then we have Camila Cabello, again, with Havana featuring Young Thug. Like I said, it's okay. It's decent. It will get the job done, but it is no OMG. Her second single that she released yesterday is much better, in my opinion, than Havana. Let's see what else we got. The Weeknd. So The Weeknd dropped Reminder, the remix featuring Young Thug, ASAP Rocky. Mixed reviews from this. And I agree with academics from Everyday Struggle. ASAP Rocky sounds kind of off. He sounds offbeat. I totally agree. And he probably wasn't needed. Thug does this thing, though. I always think it's weird how Thug approaches different songs, because songs that you think he'll be hype on, sometimes he'll be mellow and sing and make more of an impact than if he was like super hyper. And then songs that you would think he's going to be, the other way on, he switches around. So shout out to Thug, but I was here for it. I liked it.
See, I feel like if The Weeknd really wanted to bring this song back, he should have called on like one of the heavier hitters.
Possibly.
Because I think it's a little too late for Reminder.
It is. I mean,
and that's why I was thinking you need to have Kendrick or Drake to bring that song really back into the flow.
I kind of think it was weird to do a remix to the song, to be honest
really
with
late.
You, just because it's super late. The album hype is done, and that tour was sold out all the time. Like, it did really well. You know, it's not like this was struggling and he needed to like bring more attention to it.
Yeah.
I think he had done this a long time ago, but just was like, oh yeah, let's
true.
keep this momentum.
Well, some record labels think that to bring hype back, they need to have a remix really late in the game.
That is true. We got Flood Watch. It was Juicy J featuring Offset.
I didn't get to listen to this one.
Now, I wanted this to be better than it was. I'm going to be very...
No.
I heard Juicy J, which is like one of my favorites, and Offset, who right now is becoming one of my favorites. I thought that this was going to be, maybe just in my head, I thought it was going to be bigger than it was.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's okay. Like, it's a good club record, and I think it'll get spins, but I think also more promotion would have helped the hype of it.
Right.
This just kind of dropped. So Juicy J, shout out to you. Ugly God, we'll get to him in the album section. Yep. So I'm skipping over him for now. We'll get to Twellvy in the album section.
Ray.
Cassie, she dropped something.
You missed Ray.
Yeah, Ray Shermer dropped Perplexing Pegasus. This name is one of the craziest things. You know what was crazy to me? Why this wasn't higher up on the Loosey Goosey list on iTunes.
This song is so...
Bro, isn't that weird, though?
Ray Shermer has the heat, dude.
Coming off of Black Beatles...
This song has the heat.
And even Sway Lee with Unforgettable, you would think that iTunes would be like, boom!
Yeah, I know.
But it was like down the list.
I'm wondering
weird.
if people have to pay now.
I don't know, but I know that this song could possibly be big. Ray Shermer... definitely, like you just said, has the heat. Strim Life 3 is going to be a problem, and I'm guessing this is for that because it's released as a single.
I want to honestly just go to the club just to hear how this song sounds in the club, because this beat is bonkers.
The beat alone just tells you that the club is going to react to this like crazy.
Like, if no one, this is a song the DJ can play and no one knows about it, but everybody will go, what the heck is this song? Is this Ray Shermer? This is so good.
Yeah, it's gonna actually be a problem.
How's that Cassie track?
Cassie,
she
dropped
away.
a song with G-Eazy, and it's called Love a Loser. It's okay. I don't expect much from her anymore. I'm just kind of like, oh, It's okay. It's not a hit.
It's me and you.
Me and you is crazy.
Oh.
I don't care.
I've been
Anyone
waiting.
says me and
You
you is
wanna
crazy.
make a move. Dude, she hasn't aged.
Well, I think Diddy is so rich that he's just rubbing his rich powder on her.
He doesn't age either.
No, he actually aged really well. And I think them being together for so long.
Is saying black don't crack, is that racist?
In the wrong context. I think you have to watch your audience.
Okay.
That's one where it's you will be saying it as a compliment, but in the wrong audience, it'll probably play pretty weird.
Oh.
Also, if you're around a bunch of black people that don't know you as the white guy that you are, know that you love black people, then like
Right.
it could be weird.
Okay.
But yeah, so Jasmine Sullivan and Bryson Tiller, they dropped a single called Insecure. This is for the Insecure show with Issa Rae. This is fire. This is fire.
Really?
It's been so long since we've heard from Jasmine Sullivan. She like left music for a long time and then came back. She's the bust your windows out your car, for those that don't know.
Yeah.
And Young Tiller was with her, so I like this song a lot. And I know it's good because I had heard it, and then I sent it to my sister, and then our boy Lee sent it to me and was like, and I was like, what? Like, I didn't even think that he would do that. So that's why I was like, all right, yeah, this is it's not just me. This is actually hard.
I gotta check it out.
Did you listen to any other Loosey Goosies though?
No, man.
All right.
Oh wait, I think I listened to that G-Eazy song, and I just thought about.
I did not listen to this.
So I listened, and the NF song. So first off,
Right.
G-Eazy. It's one of those songs where it's like, oh, we really, we can never be together, but we want to touch. Like, it's just this,
Right.
Everything about it, and I don't know if it's just something I cannot relate to, but it's just so, I never want to hear that song again. Is it a bad song? I don't necessarily think it's a bad song, but it's very unforgettable. And the chorus, it feels very cookie cutter.
Okay.
And when he raps, I don't know if this is just me. When he raps, I don't believe anything he says.
G-Eazy?
My dog is freaking out today. Yeah, G-Eazy. And it just wasn't anything.
Okay.
Now, NF. Did you listen to this?
No, I did not listen to this.
Bro, this dude is not Eminem, okay? Eminem wraps circles around NF. However, skill-wise, he's very, very good. But his tone, NF's tone, the tone in which he raps,
Okay.
right? The aggression and everything is 100% Eminem influence. And it works for him.
See, I don't know if I would like that.
No. Well, you've heard NF rap before, right?
Right.
So you've heard of how his aggression
I've heard
is.
it, but at the same time, I don't really like him. Like,
Right.
he's not my cup of tea either.
This song, though, I think if I heard it live, him rapping it, the way the orchestra builds, the way the beat builds, it is a song where at the end of it being live, you just shake your head and be like, okay, props. I see you. You may not be my favorite rapper. I may not connect with your music, but I see you.
Okay.
It's enough to listen to where...
I'll check it out.
It was a song, too, that would fit well in a workout playlist. It's a motivating just track.
Okay.
So...
I shall check NF out.
I'm like walking into Subway feeling like I'm going to do something important listening to this song. Like, it's one of those songs, though. It, like, brings something out of you where you're like, dude, this guy is, like, going in. Anyways, those are the two other ones I listened to.
Okay. I'm also going to listen to this Phoebe Ryan, Forgetting All About You, featuring Black Bear.
Oh,
Seems
Mr. Black Bear.
Seems interesting. All right, guys, we're going to transition now to our actual albums that came out this Friday. So I listened to Brett Eldridge. He's a country guy, and it's so weird because one time I was listening to him and I saw something on Twitter where they were like, man, he has the most romantic lyrics in the world. So then I go and I click on his album this morning when I'm downloading what I'll listen to for the day. And the byline on the mobile iTunes store was country's most romantic. And I'm like, dude, that's hilarious. But it's mostly based off lyrics. He has actually a really soulful voice. So I actually like about half of that album. The
Okay.
other half I didn't get a chance to listen to. Then this is the album we'll tell you about that is probably on no one's radar that listens to mainstream music. But it has mainstream production behind it, and it's a mainstream of mainstream quality, I'll say. Our boy Andy Mineo, you've heard us talk about him a lot, and he teamed up with Wordsplayed, who actually has been in the scene for a really long time as well. They linked up and they present Magic and Bird. This whole album is, well, I think they're calling it a mixtape. I'm not sure if they're calling it an album, but this whole thing plays upon the Magic Johnson, Larry Bird relationship. The whole thing is themed like a late 80s, early 90s video game. Think NBA Drams. Think
Drams.
all of that.
NBA Drama.
NBA Drams. NBA Drama. But I like it. It's very well thought out. The skits are super thought out. It's hilarious, some of the skits. But yeah, I'm feeling this album.
I'll put it this way. This album, I didn't know which one was my least favorite.
You didn't know which one? Okay.
Break Bread, I think Break Bread and Judo are my favorite too. And I've already mentioned Judo as a single. Break Bread, though, that beat is absolutely bonkers. And then that chorus, break this bread.
I love Running Up the Score. Running Up the Score is crazy to me. I think Legend is really good.
Legend is the produced by Ill Mind.
Ill Mind.
And it's the most boom boom bat.
Yeah.
I think the two of them brought the best out of each other. This is a really fun, entertaining album. And that's what they wanted it to be. They said they had a lot of cuts, but then there were some songs that they didn't do because they felt like it was a little too serious and it didn't fit the vibe that they were going for. A lot of the production is so Ill Mind, but there's a guy named Beam. Check him out on SoundCloud. He's actually pretty darn crazy. He actually he went by a different name, but he's been in the industry for a while now. Beam, and then Gavi Get 'em had a couple of them. Gavi's a problem.
Gavi's so good.
And so this project though, I'm going to be playing. I'm going back to this one 100%.
Yeah, and Judo, the bass line in Judo, it makes you feel different.
Dude, it's so good.
Like it legit make when you first hear the doom boom doom boom doom, it's a problem.
I know.
I really like it. Like I said, it's weird because I really like Dunk Contest, but that's the one that I didn't go back to when I listened through.
I like that song.
I like it. I like it.
I like the Dunk Contest better than Kids.
I like Kids. I like Kids a lot.
Did you like that
actually.
story of how? So we were listening to an interview about it, and there's a song called Kids, and I guess the idea came from Beam, the producer who made this beat. So he's playing beats. And this Andy Mineo, he's known for like New York. He likes boom boom bat. He really likes just being pure rap ability, this and that. And he kind of didn't like this trap beat. And Beam was like, "Come on, man, do it for the kids."
Yeah.
And so it's just this idea where he's like, "Geez, like it's okay. I'm not riding a wave per se, but sometimes you do need to do it for the younger generation. You need to just, have fun with it. Just do it." And I think that's what this whole project is about, and it really sets the tone for the place. And so I think that was actually a great opening track for them.
Yeah, and I will say that Wordsplayed, his vocal tone is one of the best in rap. It's deep, but you can understand every word, and it almost sounds like he's going to sleep. Like it sounds like he's not trying. But there's so many bars there. It's so good.
I told somebody, and I said this, I think Wordplay outshined Andy on every song besides maybe two. I think Legend, Andy Mineo got him.
That was
because, why? That's more of a boom, boom, bat type beat where Andy shines more. But this like trap beat style and Wordplay voice just sync up so well. I'm shocked at how good he sounds.
Wordsplayed was amazing.
And so, guys, literally check this project out. I'm going to say this is probably in my top 10 favorite projects so far this year. I can say that, yeah, top 10. I don't know about top 5. Top 5 is so hard with them this year. This year is bonkers.
I was thinking about that the other day, and I was thinking, like, Because honestly, right now, as we stand right now, SZA is the best album of the year for me.
Golly, dude.
As
I
we
gotta go back
stand
to it.
right now, Normal Girl, The Weeknd, which Miguel just covered, and it was
Miguel, I can't wait for another Miguel album. That boy can sing.
the driving song with Kendrick. Like, SZA has a wave of an album. I really, really like that album. But trying to put together a top 10, which we'll eventually have to do for the show, it's gonna be tough. It's definitely gonna be tough.
Is Drake now gone from your top 10?
He's
or
like
your
9
top
or 10.
5?
He's like 9 or 10. He's like
That
9
tells
or
you
10 right
something.
now. Because Sid,
Oh, dude, we'll have to do this. We'll have to do top 10 albums and then top 10 songs.
yeah.
That would be fun. That would be so hard, but that would be fun.
So we may have to
Unforgettables on it. I already know.
What we may have to do for next week's show, for the top 5 for next week's show.
Didn't we do top 5 this year?
No. I'm saying we do top 5 verses.
Oh, snap.
So
from
that
this year?
yeah, from this year. So the songs
I
that
can
we
name
keep
one. I can
going
name
back
one.
to. I have some in my head.
Verses?
some in
I
my
have
head.
one.
Yeah. It's crazy. We got sidetracked. I'm sorry, but guys, ASAP Twellvy, he dropped the album called 12, which, by the way, I think that's a horrible album title. I know it has significance. Horrible album title if your name is ASAP Twellvy. It's just a lot of 12s happening. But he comes from the ASAP mob. So you have Ferg that dabbles in fashion. You have ASAP Rocky that's all in fashion. You have Nast that's in fashion. And all those dudes rap too. Then you have like the other side of ASAP that is like hardcore street. And that's Twellvy and Ant. And Twellvy dropped today, and it's just super, super New York. Super, super hardcore. And I thought it was interesting. He had a collab with Flatbush Zombies because he sounds like he could be in Flatbush Zombies with a lot of the gutter sound that he has. You hate him, but I like this album.
Dude, I could not.
It's just wavy to me.
Right when that Flatbush Zombie song came on, when that dude with the low, I stopped. I just skipped. It was just too much. Like, I'm wondering if I just don't like New York rappers. I can handle
not.
Action Bronson.
You may not.
Because Action Bronson actually, the only reason why I really like Action Bronson is because I feel like he literally just writes down everything that comes to his mind, even if it's the most absurd line ever. Like, I'm in a pool full of jelly, rub ketchup on my belly. Like a line like that.
Action Bronson is Ghostface Killah. Not only the way he rhymes and the way he sounds, but that was Ghostface Killah in Wu-Tang. Like, if you like Action Bronson, that means you love Ghostface Killah because it is a reincarnation, and they actually had beef before.
Yeah.
So I like New York hip hop.
And
I love it.
I couldn't do this dude's voice, and there was this like tone that he always tried to use in the choruses, and it just Diamonds was the only song I thought was like pretty good.
Diamonds.
I could go back to that.
Tough. East Side Ghost was
Anyways,
tough to me.
Even the one with Ferg, I didn't like.
The Hop Out was okay. I wanted the Ferg one to be better than it was. Joey Badass and Talana were on Riviera. I like that one too.
I didn't even like that.
There was like 4 joints on this that I liked.
I couldn't do this guy. So if you guys, I don't think this is me. After listening to Magic and Bird and then having to listen to this, I was bored.
It's 2 different sounds for sure, but I like it. I like ASAP Twellvy. So shout out to him.
Props to 12, dude. Do your thing. You're just not my guy.
The thing that was not for me was Ugly God, the booty tape. Yeah, didn't make that up.
All right, yeah. Let's get into this one.
So the single off of this is going to be
Water. It already is, but it's old.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about like the single that came out with this tape was No Lies featuring Wiz Khalifa. So I skipped to that first. That was the first thing I listened to.
Oh, I listened to it track to track to track.
I did after this, and No Lies. How do I say this?
I think it's better than some of Lil Yachty's singles.
Well, Lil Yachty was trash.
Like,
that album was really bad to me.
This. Okay, say what you need to say about it.
I think that overall the project just isn't for me. There's a generation that this speaks to, and it's just not me. Because once again, I like New York hip hop. I like that old school feel, and I like actual bars.
Yeah, but you like Lil Uzi.
Yeah, I do. But if I'm going to listen to this type, I want to listen to the best all the time. And the best all the time is Uzi. This is like second way below tier.
This is Lil B.
Of that. Yeah, I'm not.
So there's a guy on DJBooth.net. He said, this is like Lil B's children. And this is definitely one of Lil B's children. This idea of bass rapping. What that means is anything that comes to your mind, you pretty much rap. Like this album, he did not try. Okay?
He says his music's bad.
This guy takes it as a joke. And I can't even say what his name was originally before it was called Ugly God. This guy is a complete comedian. He knows he is. The whole tape, I think the funniest one was F Ugly God.
Yeah.
Because he literally chants in the chorus, like they say F Ugly God, and then he just makes fun of himself. The entire track. He does an Eminem 8 Mile. And I thought that was pretty funny. There's a song called Stop Smoking Black and Milds, which is kind of funny because it's true. I don't think it's sexy if you smoke. However, if you do not like anybody degrading women, you need to stay far away from this album. It's a joking album. I said, and I texted this to you, and I don't know if you feel the same way. It's almost like when Soulja Boy came out, and it's like the yeah, and we thought that was funny, and so we listened to it, but then other people were like, what are you listening to? This is complete garbage.
That's why I say there's a generation that this is for, but it's just not me. Like,
Does
I
it make you
feel
feel
like I'm
old?
too, yeah, I feel like I've aged out of some of the tomfoolery that goes on. Like, I can have a good time with some of Uzi stuff, don't get me wrong, but then some of it, I'm like, man, I have to be in a setting. I have to be at a concert to even get through half of it. Because now that I'm older, I'm starting to really re-embrace, like, real hip-hop. So it's tough for me, man.
I think we can label this
Trinidad.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ugly God. Pick a new name.
You did terrible in your cipher too.
Yeah, you were really, really, really bad. Other albums. So Khalil dropped. I listened to about half of this, right?
Okay.
And the album is called Prove It All. So I think he has a voice. And I think that he can go somewhere with it.
Okay.
Problem is, I don't feel that there's much hit potential
Okay.
on this. Favorite song is No Coincidence. Second favorite song is Simple. I think both of those are strong. I would say it's good for you to go back and listen to it, though. I think that it's definitely one that you want to go. I actually want to hear your opinion on, maybe it's Hear Me Now?
All right.
Can't remember. But yeah. So Khalil dropped Prove It All. It's decently good. DeMar Jackson, he dropped Unfaithful.
I like this
Don't know
cover
too
art.
much about this guy. I listened to the first 2 songs. Right Now and Club Again featuring Yo Gotti, which is the most popular song with that Yo Gotti push. I don't know anything about him. I don't know where he's from. I couldn't tell you anything about him. So over the weekend, I'm going to go back and listen to him. And did you say you did or didn't hear?
I didn't. I wanted to.
Okay. Yeah, this is one that I'm going to go do homework on and report back to you where he's from and like all of that stuff. Rotimi, Jeep Music Volume 1 for those Power watchers out here. He plays Dre on Power. You know him on the show, but he's actually been a singer for a while. What's interesting about him as an actor, he was on the show Boss with Kelsey Grammer that I watched a long time ago, but it only had like 1.5 seasons before it got canceled. He popped up on Power last year, and he has a wave with this. This is very chill R&B music. I don't think that he has a voice that will... So he's a better singer than like Bryson Tiller. You know what I mean? Like he's an actual singer. But again, that hit quality is going to be what changes things for him. He's actually signed to 50 Cent. So
There's a song with T.I. and 50 Cent and
yes,
good.
I like it. I like it. I think it's good.
We forgot
up?
to mention a Loosey Goosey, so once this is done.
Okay.
It reminded me of an older artist that we forgot.
I think that might have been the only albums that I listened to this week, so we may be able to mention.
Did you listen to the
let's see here.
All Youngboy or whatever?
No.
I started listening to it and he sounded just like Kodak Black. Literally
Really?
Kodak Black, and I was thinking, how does this guy stand out?
There's too many Kodak Blacks in the world. Tunnel Vision's still hard. If I were playing football right now, I'd be listening to Tunnel Vision in the locker room. I'd be hyped. I'd be super hyped. What were you gonna mention though?
Fat Joe, featuring Dre.
Right. Oh, we totally forgot about that. So excited, featuring Dre from Cool and Dre. Listen, Fat Joe has bars.
Yo, Fat Joe, I'm proud of you. Because you are an old generation who is actually finding a way to kind of still stand out.
You know what's interesting about Fat Joe is I found myself tripping because Don Cartagena, the things that he did with Big Pun in the beginning, like, I've known he's had bars for years, but it's interesting when you see someone like preserve it.
Yeah.
And like keep it good and thorough. He did well on the Khaled Billy Ocean song.
Billy Ocean.
With Raekwon. That's a loosey goosey we definitely forgot. So go get that. Fat Joe, so excited. I appreciate that.
There you go. So if we missed anything, ladies and gentlemen, let us know on Twitter, Instagram, Daps_pounds. And we will get back to you.
Let us know, guys. And then also now we're going to move to a separate conversation we're going to talk about for a few minutes. That is going to be OVO Sound. So OVO.
Oh, wait. Let's do one.
Which
one? We said we were going to talk about this, guys. We were talking about ASAP Twellvy. Well, who started this whole ASAP movement? That is
Rocky's
no other than ASAP Rocky.
Okay.
And we told you throwback mixtape, guys. So we told you to go back and listen to this. So let's talk about this a little bit, if you can bring it up, because I think it's important to go back to some of the tapes and stuff that we feel like were very important and that created a new sound, a new wave. I told you so I listened to this mixtape today. Long live ASAP. ASAP Rocky is not going to make a better project than Long Live ASAP. That's the album, by the way.
I don't think so. Oh, my bad. I don't think so either. I think that if you look at a lot of what ASAP is built on, it's about being different. And I remember wondering
Live Love ASAP. I'm so sorry.
Love ASAP.
Live Love ASAP, and his first debut album was Long Live ASAP.
I totally remember listening to ASAP for the first time. The first thing I ever heard from him was the Purple Swag song. And I remember listening to it going, what are you doing?
You're like not talking into the mic, so I was just...
I'm loud, so I don't want to be like all over the mic.
I know, but you were
talk.
like over here.
I remember listening to it.
You're such a punk.
I remember listening to yeah. No, but I remember listening to it, and I thought to myself, where is this guy from?
Right.
What is he from Texas? Because this is screwed up. This sounds very Texas. So learning that he was actually from New York was weird for me because, like
Harlem.
I said, I really like the New York sound, but he didn't have it. Mm-hmm. Like he raps double time like Bone Thugs, so he's all over the place. But I agree. I don't think he'll ever drop anything better than this.
Going back and listening through this,
Peso is so good.
Okay, I would say the second half of the album is weaker. There's still a lot of tracks, but the first 10 songs on this mixtape are all bangers, and I couldn't believe it. And then I forgot, and I went back to some of the songs, even the feature of ASAP Ferg. Like, you just totally ignored him, but now since he's bigger and you go back and listen to it, and you're thinking, this was totally ASAP Ferg. Like, he hasn't changed at all, even when he first started. But the beats in this project, Clam's Casino really helped him out a ton on this project. I mean, it was just, if you listen to it, those first 10 songs, it's like hit after hit after hit. And I was thinking back, like, holy cow. I just don't think he can do it again.
I don't either. I think that the timing was right for ASAP Rocky to really come out and establish himself. I think that bar for bar, I think Ferg is a better rapper than him. But I think that with this last album with Ferg that didn't really sell very well, I think we saw that he could also be as creative as Rocky. So I think those leader positions are going to like switch a little bit because Rocky is not in love with making the music.
Not anymore.
He's more excited about finding people. So he found Playboi Carti, assigned him. And I think that that's where his strength will lie. And every once in a while we'll get an album.
Yeah.
And it'll be cool. But Ferg is the guy from ASAP now that I think is really holding things down.
What was your favorite song off of this track?
Purple Swag.
Purple Swag.
By far. And then I think Peso was...
Purple Swag,
was under
Peso, What's Up? See me in
What's Up's hard.
gangsta saying
What's up?
Anyways, yeah. Bass too, when I listened back to that, like think about that beat when it comes on. Like that's so like unconventional. Like bass. Okay, guys, we saw ASAP when he dropped this mixtape. Nobody knew what to do with him at the concert. It was like 3 people were hype and the rest were like, this is kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And shout out to Drake, too, because that tour, if you look at it, was insane. He mentions on 4 p.m. in Classic, 4 p.m. in Calabasas, that they wanted him to get an R&B singer to go on tour with him.
Stupid.
And he put his neck on the line for Kendrick and Rocky to be on the tour instead.
Yeah.
And people were like, what? So shout out to Drake's vision, because he saw what that was going to be.
Moving on.
Using that for a perfect segue into OVO Sound. OVO Sound, they are getting ready to release a bunch of upcoming projects really soon here. I'm going to pull up
list.
40's list. So the main producer from OVO, as you guys know, is named 40. And coming up, he's going to have a bunch of pictures here. And so the first thing we're talking about is Party Next Door, Club Atlantis. We don't know if this is going to be an album or a mixtape. All right.
I actually did not see these
really?
pictures. No, that's why I kind of wanted to take a look at them real quick.
So Club Atlantis, Party Next Door, that's off of a billboard.
Okay.
And I personally think that this might be Party's album. This might be Party's best album. The reason why I say that, right, is because the last one wasn't very well received from the mainstream, right? And he's heard all of that. Now he has the experience of going back and making Wild Thoughts and making other songs for other people, having them blow, and the attention is on the writer. He's complained enough to get people to really pay attention to himself now. So I think this has the potential to be Party's best album. Mm-hmm. I really do. Scroll through. What's the other one?
Dude, I got goosebumps seeing all these.
All right, so Baka.
That's Baka.
Listen, Live Up to My Name is so good. It's getting traction. By the way, he's so smart. Well, they're so smart. So Baka was in prison for, I want to say he did over 10 years.
It was a while.
And he came out, and when he came out of prison, Drake was like, you're part of the family. I'm not going to let you, whatever. So he let him be his security guard. So he was like his security guard and just kind of his man to roll around with and make sure nothing happened. And then he was like, you need to get on this music thing. You always used to play with it, but you were dabbling in that street life. So he got serious with it. Drake recently signed him to OVO. And because he originally started out as Chubb's guy. He was originally a Reps Up guy. So now he's officially signed to OVO. And Baka has a song called Live Up to My Name. Listen, I don't know if that's going to be the official album title too. But this song has gained so much attention from when it first came out. When it first came out, I was like, man, this is pretty good. It maybe can go somewhere. I wonder, is he going to keep doing this to his voice, keep doing the auto-tune thing? And I kind of let it go. I was like, it's a cool song. But then after video got released of Drake signing him in the club and everything like that, it is on New York radio right now.
You think this is kind of like, what's her name with that new song that kind of is bubbled and it's getting really popular?
Cardi B. Yeah. I think it's very similar. And he released a challenge on his Instagram that was Instagram video me, you singing the song. and it's a bunch of fans doing it, but then a bunch of celebrities are doing it too. Live Up to My Name. I haven't heard it in a club yet, but I want to. I think the song is here. It's do a remix with somebody, like it's going to go off.
Drake.
I think it'll be Drake most likely, but I want to see him with someone else too. I would be here for a P Rain feature as well. I love P Rain. Then we have our boys Division.
Dude, no, Division is about to.
One of the most underrated albums of 2016.
Their two singles. This album.
Morning After is the name of Division's album. It's gonna be a problem.
The first album is slept on still.
It's gonna be a problem.
The first album is slept on still.
Oh, it's the most underrated album of 2016 almost. Like, it's up there for that.
I cannot wait.
Then
Division.
You have Magic Jordan, who hasn't shown me much since their mixtape EP days. I still listen to her a lot.
I can't wait for it.
It's called The Space in Between, and
that song with Party is great.
Going to be coming out this year still. The song with Party is really, really good.
They're very close, by the way.
Yeah,
Party and Mahi Jordan. So I think there's going to be a lot of like Party Next Door influence on this album.
They worked together a lot during the Nothing Was the Same era on songs. And then you have the latest signee to OVO, which is Plaza with Shadow. That's available right now. So if you want to hear something right now that is of this new kind of rollout for OVO Sound, listen to the Plaza, which is on Apple Music right now.
It's good. It's not like the best, but it's good.
Yeah, it's
very solid.
It sounds like stuff he had before he signed that they retuned.
Yeah.
So with them fully behind him, I want to hear the new stuff. Then you have Roy Woods. He's coming out with something called Say Less.
Underrated as well.
His first mixtape EP is really, really good. His second project's good as well. This is going to be called Say Less.
I was on this guy, right?
He's so good.
I was on this guy, and he had only like 2,000 plays on SoundCloud.
Really?
Yes. I found it. I don't remember how I found it. And it was a song called, shoot, I don't even remember anymore. But I told Ryan, and Ryan and I were like, dude, this guy's like really good. And then he was from Toronto. Yeah. Sure enough, Drake signs him.
I'm a big fan. I think that Roy Woods has the potential to be huge, actually, to be honest with you.
A lot of them do.
I'm thinking that OVO is in a good place right now. There's a lot of talk, but I think that they're in a great place right now. As long as they're not rushing anything, I think that they're going to be fine, personally.
Oliver's smart, 40's smart, Drake is smart. I don't care if anybody's saying is Drake doing enough for OVO. Drake can't win because they says is he doing enough? Okay, no, he's not. And then if he was on every single, they would say he's doing too much.
The only thing I think Drake could possibly do, which he does a decent job of staying out of the way, but we've talked about this just as Drake fans before on the podcast, we just want him to go away for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that when he's gone is when they should drop, and he just shouldn't be seen. He can go to parties, he can show up in music videos, but he just shouldn't be like on records actively making music putting out music at the same time. I think that does hinder some things. Roy Woods would, and that's not just on Drake, by the way. Roy Woods released a project like right after Views, which was dumb because you can't.
Yeah.
Like the wave is too big from Drake to possibly make a dent there.
Yeah.
So as long as they do that, I think they're going to be fine. Just stay out of the way of each other and you'll be fine. The music is there though.
Okay.
I like it.
Now, which one are you most excited about?
Division.
Yep, same.
Division.
Even though Party's coming out with something else, I'm telling you.
September 5th is amazing.
It's so good. It's so good. I'm so hyped for Division.
Man.
So hyped. After those two singles, those beats.
I've heard songs worse on September 5th win Grammys. Let's be real. Let's keep it a buck.
Hot take.
I've heard songs worse than Too Deep winning Grammys. Like, Division's crazy.
Yeah, he is.
All right, sorry.
Don't talk about Bryson Tiller
moment.
when. Don't talk about Bryson Tiller when Division's out there. I'm sorry.
Bryson Tiller's a totally different level, like totally lower level than Division.
Hot takes.
Hot takes for sure. But then we are going to transition again to the NFL. So the upcoming NFL season is upon us. The first preseason game was played yesterday. This is going to be real quick predictions. Who wins all of it. Super Bowl. Who wins? I'll give you some time to think about it. Who's the star player that gets injured?
Oh, that's a good one.
Ryan Tannehill. He just got
Aaron
injured.
Rodgers.
You think Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers is going to get injured.
Aaron Rodgers, you're out. Dobie says you're taking the L this season. Season-ending shoulder surgery or something.
Adrian Peterson's going to get injured, and he will never play.
He will, and guess what? He's on the Saints. He's on my favorite team.
He's going to get injured.
But I'm hoping that we get like 4. If we can get 4 or 5 games out of him that are wins, then I think Breeze could possibly do some other things. But
Patriots are still going to be dominant.
Patriots still going to be dominant.
I think Raiders are going to make a run.
Raiders are going to make a run.
Marshawn Lynch, Derek Carr, if he stays. Think about it. Derek Carr broke his leg, and then right before the playoffs, there's a reason why they lost that. Derek Carr is actually beastly, and now they got a better run game.
He's my favorite quarterback right now, right next to Drew Brees, personality-wise. He's a great guy.
Oh, yeah. And so I just think that Raiders are going to make a run. There's something about it.
So you got Raiders Super Bowl? Or at least in the Super Bowl. Let's do that because it's real early. Let's see who you think are teams that could be in the Super Bowl.
Raiders versus Patriots.
Good grief.
Do you know how hyped that would be? Dude, everybody would cheer for the Raiders.
Tell you who I cheer for. I really do cheer for Dak and Zeke, dude. I cheer for them.
Oh, Dallas. Dude, why did I forget about them?
I cheer for them. I want them to do well.
I don't think they're going to have as good of a year.
They're not, but I want them to do well. Last year some of it was pretty fluky, but I cheer for them. I want them to do well, but I'm not a Dallas Cowboys fan at all.
Atlanta's still got a lot of weapons.
We'll see about Matty Ice and see if he's still, he went from the worst season ever to his best season ever. We'll see. This is going to be like
Freeman.
This is an extremely definitive year for him as quarterback. This is going to tell whether or not last year was
he's a leader or not.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, I'm just so excited for football.
I'm
excited for fantasy football. I'm excited for NFL.
I might retire.
I'm excited for...
I might retire. I think the best way for me to enjoy this season is fantasy.
You're not going to do it?
I might not. Seriously. I might not do any league for fantasy this year. It's been a long time since I've done that, but...
I think, you always did, like, more than one.
Yeah, I did, like...
That's not helpful.
I
would
like
just
3.
do one.
I'm not going to do any of them, man. Seriously. Like, I get so worked up, and it never works out. Ever. Ever. I might retire. Might be out the game.
Might be out it, but ladies and gentlemen, I mean, that's kind of what I'm thinking. What are you thinking?
I think Raiders is a good pick. I think the Patriots will be there. I think that the Saints end with a better record than they did last year.
Houston Texans all the way.
I think the Texans...
I think their defense is going to be amazing because...
Quarterback still stresses me out.
It's the first time, though, that Clowney and Watts say they're 100% healthy.
That'll be good. I think...
And I hope Deshaun Watson plays because I do kind of want to see what he's capable of.
I think the Chargers, nothing. Jaguars are nothing, but I want to see what my boy Fournette does, so I'll be paying attention to his stats, even though I think their line is garbage.
Rapug.
So, yeah, I really like that Raiders pick. I like the Raiders as a possibility. I tell you what, the Raiders games are going to be watched this season.
Yeah, they are.
More than anything.
Lynch.
So... We're going to take this and transition into our top five.
Top five.
This is going to be our top 5 NFL players.
Our favorite ones.
This is just our favorite.
Yeah.
So I'll start off right now and go with the youngest, most new player that is on my list. Everyone else is either out of the league that's on my list or they're just, they're active, but they're older. OBJ! LSU forever. OBJ, you have the wildest attitude in the world, but what you can do to defenses is crazy. The fact that you can draw, he will have like 2 touches on a game, but affect it.
Yeah,
just because people are so afraid to throw his way. And I'm really thinking it's going to be a bounce back year for him. Last year was one of his lower years stat-wise. He just signed a crazy big Nike contract. So I feel happy. I feel good about OBJ, and I want him to do well. So, OBJ.
Now, do you think OBJ is a better receiver than Antonio Brown? Who has the juice right now?
I think that they are different receivers and they have wildly different quarterbacks. But I think that Antonio Brown is like your best bet. Like your 100% best bet is Antonio Brown for like those late game situations. But I think that OBJ can make one play and like totally change the outcome of the game.
Cool. First one for me. Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn Skittles.
I mean, I'm telling you, like, I think he's the guy that you watch for the interviews because you don't know what he's gonna say. Like,
yeah, he could literally say nothing.
There's a genuine attitude that's both hilarious and just very authentic that people attach to. I hope one day that he has his own TV show. Yeah. He's in the league right now. I mean, he's just a character. Did you see that when he was practicing on the beach in his Timbs? Like, he's like one of those people that you're happy has a job because you know he'd probably kill some people if. But he's super smart. You say that, but he probably doesn't.
I'm talking about like if he would have never played, you know, without that. Yeah.
He would have been in some stuff.
Shout out to Marshawn Lynch. I love him.
Dude, Marshawn Lynch. I love his attitude. I like the way that he runs his ball. In the league. Jump into the end zone, man.
In the league, though.
Whole back on his... what was it? I got the whole team on my back, though.
So shout out to Marshawn Lynch. My next one is a similar runner, by the way. Jerome Bettis. When I was a kid, Jerome Bettis, the bus for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
That boy big.
He was one of those guys that, like... He didn't have like this crazy personality. He just kind of like ran straight up the middle. But defenses, I remember that was when I got like locked in on football when I was a kid, when Jerome Bettis was playing, and he was my dad's favorite player at the time. I would watch it with him, so I have memories of that with my dad. But I just like his run style. It's just straight up the middle, gutted it out. I like the side to side Reggie Bush stuff, but
he played like a fullback.
Yeah, he just gutted it out. So Jerome Bettis, I really liked him a lot.
Keeping it in the running back lane, Walter Payton, the sweetness. Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
He was just a guy like I was so enamored with, even in 8th grade. Like I wrote a biography paper on him.
That's so weird, dude. So at Concordia, that's so weird. At Concordia, we had this thing. It was like a project, and we had to be someone for the day, like come dressed up. You know what I mean, or whatever.
Yeah.
So I had my dad's old Walter Payton jersey, and I wore a headband and everything like he used to, and I came in and did a report on him in front of the class dressed as Walter Payton. That's hilarious. Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But watching him play, I think he had the perfect balance of power and nimbleness.
The effect he had on the game was crazy. My dad is not an emotional guy. He cried at the funeral. My dad like watched the funeral on TV, and my dad was like sobbing, and it was like it was nuts. My dad doesn't have any personal connection to him. It was just like that was one of his sports like idols. It was crazy. So shout out to Walter Payton. I think for me, my next one, I'm gonna straight get to it. Controversy, Mike Vick. Mike Vick.
I thought about putting him.
Mike Vick is like,
I don't care,
bro. There was a time when Mike Vick was the most exciting player.
He was AI of NFL.
He is the AI of NFL, and I think that overall he's the most exciting NFL player to ever live. Hot take. Most exciting. When I say that, I mean you just never know what's going to happen when the play is drawn. Doesn't have to pass it. Could literally just take it anywhere, make a million guys miss.
I mean, think about it. He was one of the ones who started the mobile quarterback genre.
He is. And what he did for black quarterbacks
there'd be no Cam Newton without Michael Vick.
People saw that and were like, I can model my game after this because this is something I can... Listen, Mike Vick, man.
No, I really thought about putting him. Because, too,
amazing.
He was that impact player. Even, like, video games. Everybody wanted to be Michael Vick because you could literally do whatever you wanted.
The Madden that he's on the cover of, I remember it was around there. But I remember there was nothing you could do.
No.
Nothing you could do. Nothing you could do. I want the Atlanta Falcons to re-sign him so he can retire as a Falcon. That'd be a nice gesture. But
regardless of what he did, that boy could play ball.
He was amazing. Shout out to Mike Vick.
I'm going to keep it in the QB. This is going to be my hot take.
Oh, no.
Tom Brady.
Oh, that's not a hot take. He's the best quarterback
of
our generation.
He's the most controversial. He is LeBron James of NFL.
It's a decent comparison. Yeah, I can see that.
He is so hated by some.
There's just no one that I remember from our generation. Because you remember, we grew up with, like, Kurt Warner and them.
Mm-hmm.
There's just no one that
it's
I can
Peyton
think of
Manning,
that, like,
that's it.
Peyton's it, but Peyton couldn't come back from down, like...
That's why I'm saying, like, when we look back at Tom Brady's 30 for 30, when they break down all of his big plays, the guy creates amazing receivers out of no one. Edelman? People really thought Edelman was going to be a top wide receiver.
I like Edelman's attitude, by the way.
People think... I mean, but look about it. I mean, he makes wide receivers look good. Remember when all the star wide receivers were injured and he still was winning games with them?
Yeah, I'll say the LeBron comparison's great because, like...
But he won rings. That's the difference.
LeBron's still going to get his. You know what I mean? Like, LeBron is going to... If LeBron has no stars out there, you still have a chance. And I think that's why it's a great comparison to Tom Brady.
Yeah.
As long as he's out there, anything can happen.
5 Super Bowls?
Yeah, he's going for 6.
Dude, I mean, that's nuts. How old? He's like 40. In his 40s now.
Just turned 40.
The dude is
There's actually talk of them cutting and trading him, too, after this, because it would be smart to keep Jimmy G. And it would be like a super controversial move, but it's probably one of the best moves you can make as a GM, but it'll be the hardest decision they ever make. So, keep your eye on that.
Tom Brady's somebody, though, who's like, sure. He probably is like tired of being up there.
They would cut him so that he can go wherever he wants.
Yeah, I can see that.
So, I'm going to say Randy Moss. Randy Moss was amazing.
I was thinking about him, too.
I remember being young when he was still on the Vikings, and he was that OBJ player as far as, like, they may not even throw his direction sometimes, but he could totally change the offenses. I think that he was one of the best agers. That sounds weird, because when he went with the Patriots, he still had an impact on the game, and I thought that was cool. Instead of being that long distance guy, he moved it to first down and was still really good. So, Randy Moss.
Jerry Rice. There'd be no Randy Moss without Mr. Jerry Rice. I mean, he's like that player. You look back on his stats. Like, I didn't watch him play live, but you look at his highlight reel. It's like those old, basketball players that you watch. Regardless of if you didn't like Larry Bird, you watch some of his highlight reels and you're like, that dude was fresh. And you watch Jerry Rice and of course he needed a QB, but that boy had hands for days. He had the speed. He had the quickness. I mean, he was unstoppable back then.
Everything I've seen on tape, and I was too young to like really experience him, but everything I've seen of him on tape, he literally was just amazing in everything he did. So I support your decision for Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice.
My last one. Do you have one more after this?
Yeah.
My last one is Drew Brees.
I knew that was coming.
A lot of it have to do with the personality. He's done so much for the New Orleans area after Hurricane Katrina. I'm talking, he's donated millions of his own money to really rebuild that. He's had opportunities to leave and go other places that had a chance to win a championship. He gave us our first championship ever. My heart will always go out to Drew Brees. Just a great guy. On the actual field, though, he is pinpoint accurate. He will have a bowl, He'll have a hole that is tiny and fit it through somehow.
Watch this dude perfect.
Yeah, it's actually insane. I remember that. He's great. I love Drew Brees.
He's a great quarterback.
And I feel like if he has one good wide receiver in himself, I think we always have a chance to make a really good play.
That's awesome.
So I don't take off his offensive plays. I watch all his offensive plays. Shout out to Drew Brees. That's my last one.
Last one for me, controversial character. However, you cannot deny what he's done for the game. Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis, man. Amazing.
I mean, he is going
Amazing.
to, in my opinion, go down as the most famous linebacker of all time. He made it a spectacle of the sport. You could tell that boy loved football. He loved football.
He loved football, and after he got in trouble, you could tell that he loved life. Like, he literally, I watched, after Steve McNair was killed, he did the eulogy, and dude, like, you felt like you were in church. He's a different cat. So shout out to Ray Lewis, man. I don't agree with everything he says or does, but Ray Lewis had a crazy effect on the game and changed the position.
You watch.
Changed the position.
You know what I mean? Like, you watch Baltimore Ravens just to see what their defense was going to do.
Oh, for a long time, he was the star. Him and Suggs were the stars.
Yeah, exactly.
They didn't have, like, this, like, crazy dynamic offense for a long time. It was him.
And he got that ring.
Definitely got that ring. Shout out to you, Ray Lewis. He got 2 rings, actually.
Yep. All right, man. So,
guys, we are going to turn this into 101 conversation starters for couples.
we're ending the only way we know how.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. No way.
What's up?
So, if money and or a childcare were no object, what would be your idea of the perfect New Year's Eve?
Oh, we already talked about this.
know.
Perfect New Year's Eve, Times Square.
Yeah.
I've never done that. For those that have done that, I've heard it's like super overrated. Like one of those things that like it's cold and it's one of those things you just wait for forever and there's not a big payoff. But I think that it's one of those. It's my bucket list, man.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to do that. I want to do New Year's Eve in the future with my wife. We talked about doing it together before.
We are.
And going and just, it's definitely going to happen at some point in doing that whole thing.
It might be cool, too, if we got, like you'd probably have to plan it out way in advance, but get a hotel room so you could see the ball drop from there, too.
Yeah,
so
that'd be
we
cool.
could do something where we hang out outside. I don't know, but we'll make it work. But I still definitely want to do that. So that's why I said it was easy, because we both had the same idea.
That was an easy one. Guys, episode 27 is in the book. It's been a fun episode. We've talked about a bunch of different things today.
Definitely a good one.
So we hope that you enjoy this. It comes out Monday morning. Make sure Monday morning on your drive to work, when you're sitting in your cubicle, when you're just chill maybe after work and want something to wind down. A lot of people have been seeing on Twitter, listen to this at the gym. So shout out to them.
Yeah.
Chris listen to the gym. Kobe listen to the gym. Shout out to them. Guys, this is for you. We do this completely for you. So make sure you give us a shout on Instagram, a shout on Twitter. That's Daps_pounds. As always, we love you. Episode 27. My name is Malky. To my right, we have
Dobie.
We represent 2 mics,
2 friends
in one show.
The Daps and Pounds Show.
As always, guys, we are so glad that you have joined us. Shouts to the shout out.
Gang, gang, gang.